Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Saguaro High School in Scottsdale. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network. It's play-by-play coverage of Saguaro SaberCats varsity baseball. And the SaberCats back to it on a Monday afternoon as they host the Tempe Buffaloes. Tempe comes in with a record of 3 wins and 14 losses. The SaberCats have even their record now at 10-10 after a 3-game winning streak last week. As Andy Blanc leads off for the Buffaloes, their starting center fielder up there with a count of 2 balls and 1 strike. And the next pitch is inside, and it's 3-1. Blanc, the center fielder, leading off, takes strike 2, and that will run the count full. Billy Ballantyne bats second and plays right field for Tempe. Luis Perez, the shortstop, is third. And the 3-2 pitch. And that's high for ball 4. So Blanc walks. Pitch later than he thought he had ball 4, but he's down there at first base to start it off for Tempe. And it brings up Billy Ballantyne.
Number 9, Billy Ballantyne.
Stephen Gifford gets the start today for the SaberCats. Out of the stretch for the first time, and they ball bunted on the first base line, and that'll go into foul territory. And that's strike 1. So it's Blanc, Ballantyne, Perez, then Ramon Matus, the pitcher, bats 4th for the Buffaloes. Adam Messers, the DH, he bats 5th. James Meraki in left field is 6th. Joey Matus, the third baseman, is 8th. Victor Valenzuela, the second baseman, 9th. And Terrazas, the catcher, bats, actually it's Valenzuela 8th and Terrazas 9th. And that ball bunted. Gifford fields will look to second, but throw to first base. And a sacrifice successful. 1-3 on the putout as the Buffaloes get the runner to second, and the batter is Luis Perez. And look back to second base for Gifford, and the pitch to Perez on the inside corner for a strike. 1 on 1 out, top of the first inning for the Buffaloes. Tempe has gone 1-3 since we last saw them over at Tempe High a couple of weeks ago. The 1-strike pitch. The fastball misses outside, and it's 1-1. Shortly after that Saguaro win over at Tempe, 15-2 the final in that one. The Buffaloes lost to Arcadia 2-1. Played well in that game and then actually beat Apache Junction the next game as a ground ball base hit goes into right field. The throw will get away momentarily, but Gifford in the right spot to back it up. And so Perez with a single. Blanc is held at third base, and the Buffaloes put runners at the corners with 1 out for their cleanup hitter, Ramon Matus.
Now batting, number 21, Ramon Matus.
But a 10-5 win over Apache Junction, and then the wheels fell off a bit for a couple of games for Tempe as they had a rematch with Arcadia, lost that one 18-0, and then lost to Campo Verde 11-2. First and third with 1 out, top of the first inning. Buffalo's trying to get a run here. And a fly ball hit out to left field. The runner had first base had taken off. Boy, it looked like that runner left early from third. And Saguaro's going to go over an appeal right now. I thought he left early. And sure enough, he did. Oh, the base umpire says safe. The plate umpire says he was out. And now they'll talk it over. And that's miscommunication there between the umpires as to whose call it is. And sure enough, the runner left too early. I saw that one with that ball hit into left field. So a fly ball turns into a double play, and the Buffaloes are turned away in the first inning. No runs on 1 hit and nobody left after our half inning of play. Tempe nothing. Saguaro coming up. And we go to the bottom of the first inning. Ben Lagusis will lead off for the SaberCats. And the first pitch is low for ball 1. Lagusis leads off, batting first and playing second. Turner Lace hits second and plays shortstop. Brent Adams, the catcher, is third. The pitch is over but low, and it's 2-0. Matt Mara At first base is fourth, Michael Bloom, the left fielder, fifth. Hitting sixth, playing third base, Shane Stansbury. The 2-0 pitch. Over for a strike, and it's 2-1. Bottom third of the order for the SaberCats, Jack Jeffries in right field, seventh. Stephen Gifford, the pitcher, eighth. Luke Eichste in center field is ninth. And the 2-1 is high. 3 balls and a strike. Ramon Matus, the pitcher. And that ball bounced in for ball 4. And it goes to the backstop, but Lagusis will stay put at first base. A leadoff walk for the SaberCats in the bottom of the first inning.
Now batting.
And the batter is Turner Lace.
Shortstop, Turner Lace.
First pitch bounced in, backhanded by Terrazas, the catcher. And it's ball 1. Meraki, Blanc, Ballantyne in the outfield. Joey Matus at third. Perez, Valenzuela, Emos around the infield. That's Austin Emos at first base. He's being DH for today. And then Terrazas catching Matus as the throw goes to first, and Lagus is back. Ben with 7 stolen bases on the season as the next pitch is bounced in, and that's 2-0. Check of the runner, and the 2-0 pitch. Over for a strike, and it's 2-1. 2-1 on Lace with Lagusis at first. Nobody out of the bottom of the first inning and no score. Another one bounced in. That'll get away, and Lagusis will take off for second base. So he's in at second on the wild pitch, and the count moves to 3-1. Check back to second base, and the 3-1 pitch, and that's foul on the third base side, and it's 3-2. Check back again, the 3-2 pitch, and it's ball 4. So back-to-back walks to begin the bottom of the first inning for the SaberCats, and the batter is Brett Adams.
Now batting, number 5, catcher Brett Adams.
Now 3 big wins last week for the SaberCats, including kind of an exclamation point on Thursday night, the win over at Brazel Stadium at Grand Canyon. SaberCats with that big 6-run first inning rather. The first one to Adams is low for a ball. And Saguaro never looked back after that big top of the first inning against Arcadia starter Luke Pine. Step back to second, but no throw back there. The 1-0 pitch. It's over the outside corner. No, it's going to miss wide, I guess. 2 balls and no strikes. Thought that was a strike. But 2-0 the count. And the runners go. That ball bounced into left field for a base hit, and that'll get Saguaro on the board. Runner's going to try for third base to throw way off the mark, and nobody moving around. And nobody backing up the play, and that'll bring in another run on a throwing error. Boy, Lace didn't even have to go to full speed there, and Adams gets all the way around to third base. And Saguaro leads 2-0 as we'll get a Tempe timeout playing in the bottom of the first. 2-0 SaberCats. Timeout over. Nick Lubrani on to run for Adams at third base as a courtesy runner. And Matt Mara takes strike one. 2 runs in for the SaberCats at the bottom of the first inning. A solid RBI base hit for Adams. And then what amounts to a throwing error brings in the second run. That ball bounced in and blocked by Terrazas. And it's 1-1. For sure, the throw from the left fielder, Meraki, was off the mark, but nobody really moved in the infield. The third baseman was kind of stuck. The pitcher was still in the middle of the diamond. And the ball went to the backstop. The only one that could go get it was Terrazas, and that left the plate uncovered. Pitch over for a called strike, and it's 1-2. Now the set and the 1-2 pitch. And that's over for a called third strike. So Mara called out on strikes, first out in the SaberCat first inning.
Now batting,
and the batter is Michael Bloom.
Left fielder Michael Bloom.
Bloom bats with a runner at third base and 1 out, 2 runs in for the SaberCats in the bottom of the first as they lead Tempe 2-0. Step over to third base, but no play over there. First one to Bloom is outside for a ball. First of 3 games this week for the SaberCats. They will be on the road Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday to play Sunrise Mountain in a night game over at Peoria Sports Complex in the main stadium. So the pitch is high and it's 2-0. That'll be a 6:30 start. And then on the road Thursday over at Queen Creek, a rematch with the Bulldogs from a game that they just had last week. And Saguaro beat Queen Creek here at Saguaro High School. 3-2 the final on that one. 3-0 now on Bloom, with Lubrani, who's running for Adams over at third base. And the 3-0 pitch. Over for a strike. It's 3-1. Once again, it's a thin bench for Tempe. They had just 10 players dressed when the 2 teams met over at Tempe a couple of weeks ago. Only 11 today. And that ball gets past. It'll go to the backstop and bring in another run. So Bloom with the walk. The third walk of the inning from Ramon Matus.
Now batting, number 19, third base.
And Lubrani
Shane
scores
Stansberry.
on the wild pitch to make it 3-0 SaberCats. And the batter is Shane Stansberry. First one to Stansberry high for a ball. Deuce with the set and the 1-0 pitch. The runner goes. The pitch is strike. The throw to second base. Going to trickle away, and nobody backing up to play at second base, and that'll give the SaberCats another base. Young goes to a ball and a strike, but Bloom goes to third base on the play. 3-0 Saguaro, and now another run 90 feet away. And a fastball high, and it's 2-1. Valenzuela, the second baseman, got over to cover the bag, but Perez, the shortstop, didn't ever move to get back there. And I mean, he's got to stay home to make sure ball doesn't get hit on the hole. Stansberry swings and misses, and it's 2-2. Middle infielders playing deep, so they'll concede a run on a ball hit up that way. The 2-2. Stansbury is trying to stay alive there, just gets a piece to foul it away, and we stay at 2-2. Plate umpire, I think, set up 3-2 for the count. I thought it was just 2-2. Not going to matter, though. That's a foul tip and a strikeout. So Stansbury strikes out, second out of the inning.
Right fielder Jack Jeffries.
And the batter is Jack Jeffries. And Jeffries with a swing and a miss for a strike.
Come on, Jack, make contact there. Knock him in.
And the next one outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Jeffries with a couple of extra base hits last week, including a home run. And a ground ball over to third. Might be a tough play. It's fielded, though, and a throw on to first base is in time. And the side is retired as Jeffries grounds out to end the SaberCat first. But Saguaro scores 3 times in the bottom of the first inning. They do it on just 1 base hit. 3 walks in the inning plus a Tempe error. And then throwing a couple of wild pitches. And after 1 inning of play, it's Saguaro 3 and Tempe nothing. Adam Messer, the designated hitter, leads off for Tempe in the top of the second, and he takes ball 1 from Stephen Gifford. Now swing and a miss. And it's 1-1. And Gifford started the game on Tuesday against Queen Creek. Left with no decision, 4 1/3 innings pitched. Just a handful of hits allowed with those 2 runs. As the count sits now at 2 balls and 1 strike. Messer, Meraki, and Joey Matus for the Buffaloes in the second. The 2-1 is fouled out of play on the first base side. And it's 2-2. And a swing and a miss, and that'll strike out Messer, first out of the inning. First strikeout for Stephen Gifford.
Now batting, number 18, Austin Emos.
Now James Meraki, the left fielder for the Buffaloes. And the first one over for a strike. Stephen Gifford on the year for the SaberCats, 1-0, a 3.18 earned run average. Yes, that's low for a ball, and it's 1-1. Making his 10th appearance, 22 innings pitched, 23 hits allowed, 15 walks, 17 strikeouts. And a ground ball over to third. Tough bounce there. Stansbury has time, though, and throws on to first base. And it's in time, and that's what you ask your third baseman to do.
Now batting.
And just looking to knock that ball down, because you know on a hard hit ball like that, going to get the ball knocked down, and then you'll still have time to throw out a runner. Now Joey Matus, the third baseman. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. 2 outs, base is empty, top of the second. Buffaloes trailing the SaberCats 3-0. And a pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-1. Back to the line of the 1-1 pitch. A fastball, it's high, and it's 2-1. Now 3-1 on Matus, with Victor Valenzuela, the second baseman, next. Back to the line of the pitch, and sort of a half swing and a foul ball on the first base side, and it's 3-2. And a 3-2. And a soft hit ball on the first base side. That'll go foul. So still 3-2 on Matsus with the bases loaded. I said the bases loaded, a full count, I beg your pardon. A little distraction up here, and that pitch over for a called third strike, and that is a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Buffaloes in the second after an inning and a half. Tempe trails Saguaro 3-0. 8-9-1 in the order for the SaberCats. Here at the bottom of the second inning, Stephen Gifford leads off. And takes the first pitch over the outside corner for strike one. Gifford, Eichste, and Lagusis for Saguaro in the second. The one strike pitch. Fastball, that's high and outside, and it's 1-1. The 1 and the 1-1. And a line drive hit over to first base, but picked up by the first baseman, Emos.
Number 15,
So Gifford lines out to begin the bottom of the second, and the batter is Luke Eichste. And the first one to Eichste, high for a ball. The 1-0 pitch. And a fly ball into center field. And under it there is Blanc, the center fielder, and there are two down.
Number 14, second base, Ben Lagusa.
So back to the top of the order for Ben Lagusis. Lagusis hitting .375 with 6 knocked in. First pitch missed for a ball, the 1-0 on the way. And that's bunted, that's a good bunt, that's going to be trouble there. Matthews Fields throws, and safe at first base on an infield base hit.
Now batting, number 20, shortstop, Turner Lace.
Now the adage is you typically don't punt for a base hit with 2 outs unless you know you can get yourself to second base. The thinking being it's still going to take 2 base hits to score you from first unless it's something extra. And so we'll see if Lagusis takes off early. I think he had said in the first inning he had 7 stolen bases, actually 8 on the season. And he's going on the first pitch. The throw down, and it's in time. Thrown on the money there. Terrazas throws out Lagusis. Caught stealing ends the SaberCats second, and they do not score after 2. It's still Saguaro 3 and Tempe nothing. 8-9-1 in the order for the Buffaloes in the third as Victor Valenzuela swings and misses for a strike. And another swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
I thought this morning, maybe his eyes look a little funny. It's kind of like, is he feeling okay? Okay, no, that's it.
The 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Quick work of Valenzuela. He's the first down in the third.
Now batting, number 2, Terrazas.
First pitch off the bat of Terrazas, fouled back and out of play. One ball, one strike to count. And the pitch and a fly ball into center field. Well, actually right there, barely really even had to move. just kind of shuffle the feet some. And there's 2 away. 6 in a row retired now for Stephen Gifford.
Andy Blanc.
And it's back to the top of the order for the Buffaloes for Andy Blanc. And Gifford with the first one. It's low for a ball. Bullpen activity already for the SaberCats, and it may be kind of that same situation that we saw when Gifford started against the Buffaloes 2 weeks ago. As Blanc swings and misses there to make it 1-1, and that's that Saguaro doesn't want to run anybody out of gas here with still 2 more games against, let's face it, I guess, tougher competition with Sunrise Mountain on Wednesday and Queen Creek on Thursday. And if they could get Gifford an extra inning later on in the week, they would like to do that. He strikes out Blanc to end the 3rd inning. That's 4 strikeouts now for Gifford. Another 3 up, 3 down, 7 in a row retired. And we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's 3-0 SaberCats. 2, 3, and 4 in the order for the SaberCats in the bottom of the 3rd as Turner Lace takes strike 1. Lace walked and scored back in the 1st inning. Hitting .397 on the year, 4 doubles, a triple, and a team high 18 knocked in. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. So looking to regroup here, down 2 strikes in the count. Ramon Matus into the line of the 0-2. And a tapper on the third base side foul. Adams and Mara to follow for the SaberCats. Another 0-2 pitch. And near the inside corner, a called 3rd strike.
Now batting number 5, catcher Brett Adams.
And Lace called out on strikes. 3rd strikeout for Matus, and now we'll go after Brett Adams. Adams hitting .444. 14 doubles, 13 RBI. And a hard hit ball that's past the shortstop and into center field. It was about a 2-hopper to the shortstop Perez, and he kind of stabbed at it, but I think it was hit hard enough that it got by him.
Pinch running for the catcher, number 2, Nick Lebrani.
Lebrani on as a courtesy runner at first base as Matt Merrill will bat with 1 on and 1 out in the SaberCat 3rd inning. First one to Mara, misses inside for a ball. Matt called out on strikes his first time up, hitting .381 on the season. 3 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs, 15 knocked in. Runner goes, swing and a miss, throw to second, not in time, and Lebrani steals the bag. One ball, 1 strike on Mara. Takes the next one outside, and it's 2-1. Matus with a set and the 2-1 pitch. And this is high, and it's 3-1. Now the set and the 3-1 pitch. And that's outside. It's ball 4, and so Mara walks.
Now batting number 11, left fielder Michael Bloom.
And 2 aboard with 1 out for Michael Bloom, who walked in the first. Bloom hitting at a .365 clip, 6 doubles and a triple. He's knocked in 13 for the SaberCats. First one to Bloom missed for a ball, and then they throw down to third base as it trickled away from Terrazas, not in time. So Lebrani with a good read to get to third, and then as the throw went that way, Mara followed and got himself in a scoring position at second. So now second and third with one out. Still 3-0 SaberCats, but a good chance here to change the score. And a ground ball, that'll get through and into left field. Then we'll change the score. One run will score. Mara's going to be waved around, and there will not be a throw. It's a 2-run single for Michael Bloom, and it's 5-0 SaberCats.
Now batting number 19, third base, Shane Stansberry.
Come on, Shane, move him around.
Now Shane Stansberry. Stansberry struck out in the first, hitting .255, 7 doubles, a triple, 10 RBI. You know, it's difficult when you get kind of a mismatch on paper, and it's, you know, been a tough season for Tempe, and they've struggled the last few years in baseball for sure, and you just see those little things. And it happened to Saguaro earlier in the year too, when they were playing some good teams where the SaberCats were giving up extra bases, missing a cutoff man or an errant throw, things like that. A swing and a miss now, and it's 0-2. But just you know, little things like that wild pitch there that moved the runners up led to another run for the SaberCats. The base hit from Bloom scored 2 runs instead of the one it probably should have scored. Throw to first and the runner back. And you got to give the other team credit, meaning in this case Saguaro, that, you know, they're aggressive on the base paths. They're going to take that extra base, and that gets them the extra run. Runner goes, a line drive. And the throw goes over to first base, and that will end the inning. As Stansberry hit it on the line, but Perez was over to cover the bag, and it went right to him on the line drive. And then the double play as they double up Bloom at first base to end the inning. But the SaberCats get a couple of more runs on 2 hits, and no runners left on after 3. It's Saguaro 5 and Tempe nothing. SaberCats go to the bullpen as Jack Kraft is on to pitch the 4th inning. And his first one to Billy Ballantyne misses for ball 1. Ballantyne, Perez, and Ramon Matus for Tempe in the 4th. And that's a grounder foul on the third base side. It's 1-1. Kraft 1-0 on the season, making his 8th appearance of the year. He's pitched 9 innings, allowed 10 hits, 9 walks, and 7 strikeouts. The 1-1. The fastball misses outside, 2-1. Ballantyne sacrificed his first time up for the Buffaloes. Tempe got runners to first and third with 1 out in the top of the first inning, but did not score. After Ramon Matus hit a fly ball to Bloom in left field, and the runner from third base, Andy Blanc, left early, trying to tag up to score. And a 3-1 pitch, and that's high for ball 4. Leadoff walk
Now batting number 11
for Ballantyne, and the batter is Luis Perez. Perez with the only Buffalo base hit. He singled with 1 out of the first. That ball off the glove of Adams, and that'll send Ballantyne to second base. Kraft comes back with a strike, and they count 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch, and a swing and a miss. It's 1-2. So we're leading Tempe 5-0 as we play in the top of the 4th. Kraft with a set. They'll look back to second in the 1-2, and it's inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, nothing wrong with moving the feet a little bit there as Perez had to jump back and then out of balance there, fell forward and ran across the plate. The 2-2 pitch. That's bounced in there, 3-2. Runner at second, nobody out for the Buffaloes in the fourth. The 3-2. And a swing and a miss. There's the first out of the inning as Perez strikes
Now
out.
batting number 21, Ramon Mattis.
Now Ramon Matus, the pitcher, hit that fly ball into left field. That was the first out of a double play. The first one to him is outside for ball one. SaberCats with 3 runs in the bottom of the first, 2 more in the bottom of the third. And the pitch outside, and it's 2-0. And Kraft with a 2-0 pitch. Outside, 3-0. And the 3-0. That's over for a strike, 3-1. Yeah, really a situation where you just want to challenge these hitters with a 5-run lead, and there's a ground ball out towards second. And Lagusis fields. Boy, the runner breaks late, and now he's hung up between second and third to throw down to second, not in time. I don't know why in the world that runner at second wasn't going.
Number 5, Adam.
That ground ball behind him on the right side of the infield, and the runner should definitely take off. The only thing I can think of is if maybe he didn't see the ball bounce and he thought it was a line drive. Now to Lagusis at second. So a break there. And again, it's those little things, whether you give up a base or you lose a base. There's a ground ball foul outside third off the bat of Adam Messer for strike one. And that ball that hit off the leg of the hitter. You could see from behind the plate here. Well, now the umpire put his hands up. He called a fair ball, then that's an out at first base. But called foul, and the count is 0-2. And the 0-2. That's bounced in there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kraft has recovered nicely after a walk start of the inning. Fell behind to the next hitter before working his way back and getting a strikeout. Got a ground out and has a 1-2 count on the DH Messer, who fouls that one back. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Runner at second, 2 outs in the 4th inning, and the Buffaloes trailing the SaberCats 5-0. A 1-2, and that's just a little bit high for a ball. 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. That's high for a ball. 3-2. And a 3-2. And it's a fly ball into left field. And that'll end the inning as Bloom was over there to make the catch. And that retires the side. Messer flies out to end the inning. And Kraft pitches around a leadoff walk in the 4th inning. That runner left at second base. And after 3.5, Tempe trails Saguaro 5-0. Bottom third of the order for the SaberCats in the 4th as Jack Jeffries takes up and in for ball 1. Jeffries, Gifford, and Eichste scheduled, and actually not Gifford, but Jack Kraft. Ball fouled off, and it's 1-1. Jeffries has had the average tick up a little bit more, up to 195, double, triple, homer, 4 RBI. And they count down 2-1.
Line drive, line drive.
2-1 pitch. Misses low for a ball, 3-1. Ramon Matu still out there for the Buffaloes. Working in the bottom of the 4th inning. He's given up 5 runs on 4 hits. And walks the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the 4th. So Jeffries
Now
aboard
batting, number 7,
for Jack
pitcher,
Kraft.
Jack Kraft.
Kraft, limited number of at-bats, 0 for 7 on the season. And the first pitch to Kraft misses for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Drop down, change the arm angle a little bit there, it looked like, and the count goes to 1-1 as that one's over the inside corner. The 1-1 pitch. Runner bluffs but does not go, and the count moves to 2-1. 5-0 SaberCats as they bat in the bottom of the 4th inning. Turn and a throw to first base and the runner back. Jeffries 3 stolen bases on the season. The 2-1 bounced in. That'll go to the backstop, and Jeffries will go to second base on a wild pitch. Three and one on Kraft. They'll look back to second. And the pitch. And that's high for ball 4. Back-to-back walks now in the inning for the SaberCats. And the batter is Luke Eichste. Eichste batting 184 with a double and 3 RBI. As Ryan McGill will run at first base.
Ryan McGill.
So McGill on to run as the courtesy runner for the pitcher, Kraft. And a ground ball, and that's going to bounce through and get into left field for a base hit. Jeffries will come around to score, and Eichste has an RBI single, and it's 6-0 SaberCats.
Now batting, number 14, second baseman, Ben Legusis.
Now Ben Legusis. Legusis with a walk and a bunt single in 2 trips. And a hard hit ground ball out to second, bobbled. And they'll throw to first base. It'll not be in time, and the error will load the bases.
Number 20, shortstop, Turner Lace.
An E4 as Valenzuela was already thinking ahead to try to start that double play. You could see that he was already kind of turning the body to throw it to second base, and he didn't get the ground ball clean. So the bag's full for the SaberCats at the bottom of the 4th inning. And Turner Lace gets a chance here, the team leader in RBIs, with a chance to add to the team high total as he takes a strike on the outside corner. McGill running for Kraft at third, Eichste at second, Legusis at first. Nobody out in the inning and a run already in for the SaberCats. They lead 6-0. And pitch bounced in. It'll trickle away, and a chance for a play at the plate. And safe is the call. Well, the plate umpire pointed. And typically you see him point, that's going to mean he saw a tag and he was going to call him out. But changed the call to safe as he had a chance to process what happened there. And so McGill scores on a wild pitch. Eichste to third, Legusis to second. It's 7-0 SaberCats. And Lace with a line drive, and that's a base hit. That's going to bring home 2 as Eichste scores. And also scoring on the play, Lagusis, a 2-run single for Turner Lace. And it's 9-0 SaberCats. Now Adams with Lace aboard at first. And the first one bounced in for ball 1. And the next pitch low, and it's 2-0. Hard hit ground ball. That's up the middle and into center field. A base hit. Lace will stop. No, now the ball bobbled. He's going to try for third. The throw will go that way, and it will not be in time. And Adams, with a good read, gets himself to second base. So it'll go as a single and then an E8.
Number 2, Nick Lebrani. Now batting.
As Lebrani will run at first base, actually at second base for Adams. Second error of the inning on the Buffaloes. And a timeout called here as Terrazas is out to talk to Matus. Still nobody out in the inning. Second and third for the SaberCats, and Matt Mara fouls the first one out of play. The set of the 1-strike pitch. Up and in, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 is high, 2 balls and a strike. 4 runs in for the SaberCats in the 4th inning. They lead 9-0. The 2-1 pitch. Outside, 3-1. Bear with a walk and a run his last time up. Fouls a pitch out of play, and it's 3-2. 3 hits, 2 walks, 2 errors in the inning. As Saguaro has extended the lead. Matus with a set and a 3-2. And that's skipped in there, ball 4. Mara walks, that loads the bases. Pinch hitter for the SaberCats, and Tempe timeout. We play in the bottom of the 4th, 9-0 our score. Pitching change for the Buffaloes in the 4th inning as Ryan McGill is in and takes strike 1 from Joey Matus. The ball fouled off at the plate, and the count 0-2. Bases loaded for the SaberCats. Nobody out in the home half of the 4th. The 0-2. And that's fouled out of play on the right side. McGill batting .312 on the season with a double and 2 RBI. Takes up and in for a ball, 1-2. Competition will ramp up this week as Saguaro will face Sunrise Mountain, a team they saw in the first tournament of the season. There's a ground ball over to the first base side. They're going to throw to the plate, and just in time. Now a throw back to third base and safe over there. Close. Seemed like that ball was hit softly enough that the runner might get a chance to get to the plate, but it goes 3-2 on the force out of Lace. The bases remain loaded, but now one out of the inning for Shane Stansbury. Anyway, Sunrise Mountain, previous opponent this year for the SaberCats. And Saguaro actually had Sunrise Mountain on the ropes, but the Mustangs scored a few in the bottom of the 7th inning to come back to win that one. Of course, that was a non-PowerPoint game. We'll see what happens when the two teams play Wednesday night at Peoria Sports Complex. 2-0 now, the count on Stansbury. Next pitch up and in, 3 balls and no strikes. Matthews back to the line of the pitch. Taken all the way on 3-0, and it's over for a strike. And the 3-1 pitch. And that's a called strike. That appeared to be inside by a bit there. But Stansbury will get a chance to hit now. 3-2 the count. And a fly ball. Runner should tag from third base. And it's caught. And the throw comes to the plate. And not quite in time. Sacrifice fly. SaberCats score again and lead 10-0.
Now batting, number 6, right fielder Jack Jeffries.
So Stansbury gets the RBI as Lebrani scores. Mara still at second, McGill still at first, and Jack Jeffries leads off. He started the inning with a walk and scored a run. It's a 5-run 4th inning for Saguaro. They lead 10-0 hitting in the bottom of the 4th inning. And Jeffries hits a long fly ball down the left field line. If it's fair, it's big trouble. But called a foul ball. Jeffries hammered that ball down the line, but just foul. The 0-1 pitch. And a breaking ball. Didn't miss by much there, but a ball nonetheless. It's 1-1. Saguaro with 3 runs in the first, 2 in the third, and now 5 in the fourth. And going to try it again. This one's going to be fair for sure, and this one is gone. There's a 3-run home run. Just a couple of pitches later after Jeffries just missed on the first pitch of the at-bat. No doubt on that one. His second home run of the season. And a 3-run shot makes it 13-0 Saguaro.
Now batting, number 7, pitcher Jack Kraft.
And the first pitch to Jack Kraft on the inside corner, a strike. And there's a line drive, and that's into left field, a base hit.
Now batting, number 15.
So Kraft with a single.
Eichste.
And the batter is Luke Eichste. And a ground ball from Eichste picked up by Matthews at third. And a throw on to first base in time, and that will end the inning. SaberCats send 12 to the plate in the fourth, and they score 8 times. And after 4 innings of play, it's 13-0 Saguaro.
Austin Emos.
Here's James Meraki leading off. And Meraki takes ball one. Defensive changes for the SaberCats that we'll get to you in a moment here. The 1-0 pitch from Kraft is low, and it's 2-0. Tyler Morgan now catching for the SaberCats. Nick Lubrani's on at second base, and Ryan McGill in left field. Slow tapper down the third baseline. Stansbury fields, throws on the run, and got him at first base. Nice play there for Stansbury. And really, that's a two-part play for sure. First thing is to charge hard to get to that ground ball.
Number 15, Osvaldo Gomez.
And then you got to be able to throw that strike over to first base. And the first pitch misses for a ball. Joey Matus at the plate. The 1-0. That's over for a strike, and it's 1-1. Kraft walked the first hitter he faced to begin the fourth inning, but he's retired 4 in a row since. The 1-1. A little bit high, 2-1. The 1 and the 2-1. And that's low, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch over for a strike, and it's 3-2. Matus stepping out there. His front foot definitely not going toward the pitcher Kraft. It's going over toward the third base side, which kind of leaves him open to the outside part of the plate as he fouls that one back and out of play. 3-2 the count, 1 out, bases empty in the fifth. The Buffaloes need 4 runs just to keep this one going. Anything less than that and we'll end after 4.5 innings of play. And that's strike 3. And I think Matus knew it there as he just puts that bat down and starts walking toward the dugout.
Number 13, Victor Valenzuela.
Now Victor Valenzuela representing the final out, the final chance for the Buffaloes here in the 5th inning. They have been shut down by SaberCat pitchers, just 1 hit and 1 walk through 4 2/3 as that pitch, a fastball up and in. And the SaberCats will be back at it on Wednesday night over at Peoria Sports Complex in the main stadium, and they'll take on the Sunrise Mountain Mustangs. And that ball hit well down the left field line and a foul ball. Saguaro on the road again on Thursday when they travel down to Queen Creek to take on the Bulldogs. 3:45 start. Although start time's kind of up in the air now. We're at the point of the year, get into April, where half of the teams expect 3:45 starts, half of them expect 4 o'clock starts. And I think that's kind of what happened here. Everybody was ready to go by about 3:35 or 3:40. And the umpires didn't get here until it was time to start a 4 o'clock game. The 1-2 fouled out of play. So you got to get both teams on board for the start time, and then of course maybe just as important, the umpires. And so we didn't start this one till 4. The 1-2 pitch. Boy, and that looked pretty good. A couple of the infielders starting to walk off, but call the ball, and it's 2-2. And a 2-2 head on the ground. That's foul outside of third. Kraft looking in. Valenzuela ready. A 2-2 pitch. And that misses for a ball. 3-2. The catcher Terrazas in the on-deck circle for the Buffaloes. We'll see if he gets a chance to hit here in the 5th inning. And the 3-2. And a swing and a miss, and that'll do it as Kraft gets a couple of strikeouts in the inning. He finishes with 3 in his 2 innings worth of work, and we go final as the SaberCats beat the Buffaloes by a final score of 13-0. For Tempe, no runs, 1 hit, 3 errors, and 2 runners left on. For Saguaro, 13 runs on 9 hits, no SaberCat errors, 2 runners left on base. And with the loss, Tempe drops to 3-15 overall and 2-8 in divisional play. SaberCats improve to 11-10 overall and working on now a 4-game winning streak. They'll look to make it 5 on Wednesday night. But again, a tough opponent to deal with on Wednesday when Saguaro faces the Sunrise Mountain Mustangs. So that'll do it. Again, our final score is Saguaro 13 and Tempe nothing from Saguaro High School in Scottsdale. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network saying so long. We'll talk to you Wednesday night at Peoria Sports Complex when the SaberCats face the Sunrise Mountain Mustangs.